Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. The brush isn't bad. It's Monday, and I'm brushing my cat. I just looked at the camera. Doesn't look all that well, does it? Well, anyway, brush. It is Monday, and today we're going to be talking about goals for April. Because I can think of a decent topic. Whatever. It is what it is. So, God, she has like this big gnat that I've been trying to brush out, but she won't let me brush it. Oh, it's almost out, baby. But anywho, we're going to be talking about goals today and how I am going to turn April into my best month ever because I'm a dork and I keep track of that kind of stuff. Oh, look at that. Almost got it. And, hey, Neil, how's it going? And, yeah, because I'm a dork and keep track of everything I do on a spreadsheet, I know exactly when my best month was for time, how many words I wrote, and all that other good stuff. So, I set up some things in the spreadsheet for April that we're going to be going over today, and hopefully we'll try to inspire other people to follow suit. Hey, Sam. Hey, Jennifer. I had a couple of new people on the stream this morning. I don't know if they were new. Not very common chatters. Stopped by for the writing sprint. It was kind of fun. It was cool. I edited a dirty part in my book on stream. Nobody got to see it but me, so. Hey, Diane, how's it going? It's been so long. Only a couple weeks. Last week was kind of a mess, so. Anywho, we'll be doing. So consider your goals because I want to like converse. What's everybody working on? I want to get energized, get jazzed. Oh, you know what? I thought of another goal. Let's put that one with the videos. Hold on. Let me write this down because I will forget. Close enough. Anywho, that's a long time. I was sad to miss your show. Well, I was actually sad to miss it myself. When you get doing Monday shows every day or every Monday, and then when you skip one, it just makes the whole week feel off. But I needed to take some time for myself last Monday, so mental health is more important. Hey, Shan Scott's here. Good morning from down under. I'm trying not to do an Australian thing, so crikey. How's it going, Shan? I still won't visit your spider-infested island. Oh, maybe one of these days. But then I watched something after after you were on the show or you did the interview. I saw something. Where was it? It was either on Shorts or maybe it was a thread. But somebody shared that y'all found a new species of like the most poisonous spider there. So I'm like, it's not selling going to Australia. Right now, Timothy Robert is in New Zealand. He's sharing pictures from, he was in Hobbiton and he put his book everywhere. And it was really cool. I got to see a lot of his pictures on Instagram and on Threads. So if you don't follow Timothy Robert on Instagram, you're missing out because he does some really good, he gets some really good pictures where he's at. So honestly, right now I'm just trying to do well at my job. Every day I'm learning so much about editing. We use the Chicago style. Cool. Mine's kind of a mix. I guess that's what happens when you start your career as an AP style English and you write copyright for a lot of companies. So having to jump back to Oxford is weird. So mine's kind of a hodgepodge, mixture of the two. So it is what it is, whatever. Okay, let's jump into some goals for April. Tomorrow's April 1st, April Fools. And there is quite a few work days in April. So I'm fairly confident that I can actually break a bunch of records for myself. Because that's what it's all about. Self-improvement, right? So this coming week, or I guess tomorrow, starting tomorrow, the goal is to spend at least 28 hours working on my books. Now that is the 3 writing sprints, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. I do them at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. 6 hours a week, and then there's 4 complete weeks plus whatever's left of this one, which comes up to 28 hours. I do that. I quantify it that way so that I actually get time with my book, because I will get sidetracked and I miss doing it. So I did add that to my spreadsheet already. So there's big green numbers when I'm on schedule and big red ones when I'm not. So it helps to have that feedback. Studio was at the live today. I subscribed. Studio. I didn't know Studio had a channel. I'm not sure what Studio has on there. I'll have to look. I wonder if I can copy the. No, I know Neil's channel. Okay, this one. So go copy. Oh, now I can't get the. There we go. It's not okay. So this is. If I don't do this now, I will forget. So that's why I try to do things as they happen. Boom, bam. There we go. Took me a second because I'm like, the hell was I looking at? Sponsors, those advertisements. Look, that wasn't Studio. All right. Anyway, 20 hours is a good goal. Is a great goal. I just started writing sprints here again, and they are so motivating. Yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons why I like doing them. I really missed, because I haven't been doing them as frequent as I'd like, but I did all 3 last week, and I'm doing all 3 this week, and I really miss having that chunk of 2 hours. And we do 4 writing sprints at 25 minutes each, and I get so much more done in the book. And like I was hoping to finish editing last week, but that didn't happen. But I am on the last 2 chapters of the book, and so it's a good chance that I will be done editing this week no matter what. So I'm gonna keep doing them. I really enjoy them. Even if there's nobody watching, I still do them mostly for myself. So they're very helpful. I get that. That's the reason I left my last job. Thankfully, I found another great writing job. I just need to. Oh, I missed. Life has been interesting. I quit my job because mental health. New job starts next week and more time for writing. Yeah, I remember that you said you're looking for a job, and we had to make that all. Okay, so that makes way more sense. I just need to write a screenplay to finish my master's. I'm going to start writing it this week. Oh, actually, I'll be working on the screenplay for Shadows as soon as the book is done. So, I helped edit a little the other night. Yeah, Sam was looking over my shoulder as I was going through some of the redundant or repeat words. I don't know how it's going to transfer over though. I'm worried I'm going to have to copy and paste it from AutoCrit back into Reedsy, which is going to be kind of a pain in the ass, and then format the book all over again. That's exciting, Michael. You will get your bachelor's and master's in no time. Probably, if I can get paperwork in. I probably won't be starting May 5th. It was like a mess at the very beginning. It was a shit show. I'll be making a video about it, but I still need to get my GED over to him, which means I have to request it from Utah. So it's going to be, I don't know. I'm crossing my fingers, but we don't know. I'm still going to try, but it probably won't be until summer classes. So, how do you find adaptation? I tried with one of my books, and it's tough trying to squeeze it all into 90 pages. I don't know. I've never done a screenplay of my book, so this is going to be a new one for me. Which school will you be attending, or are you doing this online? Online through Southern New Hampshire University. If you followed my Instagram, you would have known. Kidding. I did post it on social media though when I got my acceptance letter. So it really really be cool if I can go to like a Ivy League school, but I think I have to move over to Boston to do that. So I don't know. I love Colorado, so oh, congratulations! I heard of that school. Almost everybody in my family has heard of it. Like my sister-in-law, she graduated with hers. And somebody else, like almost immediately. I can't remember who though. Like a whole bunch of people like tell me on Instagram and Facebook, like I've been there, I went there. I'm like, way more popular than I thought it was. He's going to my alma mater. Yep. Neil went to yep. Neil was the one that went to Southern. It's funny, Michael, because you probably know enough to be a writer instructor yourself. That's that was one of the hardest parts. Is that with my background and my experience, um, I'm doing the job I want. I love what I do, and so this master's program is just going to be bragging rights. Maybe. I mean, I'm sure I'll learn a few more things that I didn't know before. I'm a big fan of education in any form, so I don't think it's going to be a complete waste of time. What it is I don't know how much of an impact it's going to make because I do what I love right now. So, um, but it would be kind of cool to have that on the shelf behind me. So, Dartmouth would accept you in a second. You'd be done in 2 years and could move back. Yeah, but then I'd have to move to Boston. I don't know. Out of all the places on the East Coast, Boston, I think I could probably groove on Boston. I love historical areas, so I would probably spend a lot of time exploring. Say, Michael, I got the job I want, so I'm just finishing my this master's for my resume, but the courses did help me get my current job. You know, that's good. And I read that a master's degree increases your value by like from I think it was like 85,000 a year is what it was, or was that the bachelor's? One of them, like the average bachelor's or average master's earned 85 or 84,000 a year. For me, I still do what I like. I do what I love. I wish I didn't have to deal with certain people in my current climate, but it does give me a chance to do the YouTube videos, the blogs, write my books, and so I really do love what I do. I only make 43,000. That's all I make. Diana, don't feel bad. I'm still entry level. Well, that's what I make. I'm still waiting to see if he's going to take linguistics. That's one of the classes that's that was available, I think, if I remember right. She gave me a list of like 7 or 8 and asked me which one I want to start with. I'm like, I don't know. So I decided to start with the online learning one because that'd probably help my YouTube videos and blog right off the bat. So figured let's go with the most impactful during the short term. So um yeah, I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sure how much it's going to affect what I do for a living, but it would be kind of cool to say, yeah, I've got a master's. Oh, I'll be the first one in my family. At least on my dad's side. I think Shanice might have her bachelor's. My dad only has a bachelor's in arts, so on my dad's side, I'll definitely be the first one with a master's degree. If I last that long. Who knows what's all happen in the next 6 years? All kinds of hell could break loose. It enough, but it's clear I'm not going to be rich. Never know. Hot tub party celebration. Yeah, not quite. I don't want to be rich. I just want to be able to pay my bills. You know, being rich is not part of the equation. So anywho, I'll be working. I want to spend as much time working on my books as possible. Definitely write. Like right now, I'm editing, and I should be absolutely done. Like I've made huge progress today, so I'm fairly confident I'll be done editing by Wednesday, if not tomorrow. I mean, I was rocking it. And then I get to move it back to Readsy so that the beta readers can read it. Yay! So that'll be interesting to see how that works. And while they're reading it, I'm going to be working on the cover. As soon as I'm done with the cover, if they're still reading, then I'll work on Fury, which is the second book to Kingmaker, which I'm really excited to get back into. But bottom line, I have 20 hours in the month. I can do that. Next up is winding down at 8:45 Sunday through Thursday. I know I say this almost every time I come up with one of these goal videos, but it's something I really want to get back at. I really want to drink my tea, relax with a book, maybe kick back on the bed, read a book for about 45 minutes, and enjoy, just winding down, get away from the computer. When I did that in the past, because I experimented with it once, um, I was far like I slept better and um, I was far less grumpy. I guess I don't know. Um, but getting away from technology from 8:45 to 9:30 Sunday through Thursday. Now I can't really do it on Sunday because we stream until 9. But then at 9, I'm gonna walk away from the computer and be done. So technically, it'd be Monday through Thursday from 8:45. So listen to my alarm, drink my tea, grab a book, read, and enjoy some peace. Maybe I can make it a group reading effort. You think? I think, yeah, I have some ideas for that. Anyway, but sleep is very important. That's why I stopped writing Textbroker at night because I was getting way too many revisions back, revision requests. It's when you screw up an article so bad the client wants you to rewrite it. So, but once I started writing in the mornings, all that cleared up. So I try not to write too much at night unless the mood strikes me. Like the other night, I grabbed a glass of Sambuca and I worked on my book for about an hour and I was in the zone. So sometimes it's okay, but for the most part, I want to just sleep. Sleep would be nice. I miss sleep. But yeah, that's going to be one of my goals. Doubling down on screenplay writing, like I mentioned earlier, I would like, after Shadows is done and published, I'll be working on the screenplay for that. And um, some people are interested in trying to see if anybody wants it, but I think it'd be fun just to do it on YouTube. So if nobody else picks up the screenplay, I'll do it myself. Uh, it's always been something I've been interested in. And if you think about it, that's all an author is a director for the mind. So I think I'd do a decent job directing my book. If not Shadows, then definitely like the Witchem series would be a lot of fun. That would require a lot of money though, because we're talking costumes and CGI. Because I need a dragon person, or not, well, a lizard man essentially. But yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun. I did play around with screenplay writing before when I was testing out Arc Studio. Did a video for them last year, the year before, and the pro version of it has all kinds of fun stuff to it, but the free version is kind of castrated, I guess, for lack of a better term. It still works. I mean, I also have Scrivener, so I can use Scrivener for the screenplay, but I figured if I want to be diving into it, I'm going to see if I can come up with a list of screenplay software that is good to use for the beginner and see where that goes. That might give me some content for the blog and YouTube channel. But yeah, I would love to double down on it. Big Hit Films has like some AI special effects that look kind of cool. I still I still have AI for me is a gray area. AI will never write a line of text or create a book cover for me ever. But it is a great tool for editing. Like it shaved off an hour of Wednesday's video for me. Um, and I think like things like special effects, it'd be kind of fun to play around with. So I would like to try some of that for Creative Sanctuary's YouTube channel, which is my other one that I've been putting Despair and the writing sprints on. So I think it'd be fun to make some videos, some acting, test out my acting chops. Let's see. My goals. Let's see. Hold on. Where I'm at. Same, Michael. I want to get by and also have savings. That's yeah. As long as I can pay my bills and have a bit of a cushion. My goals for April are better time management. You beat me to it. And I to read for personal gain more and work on my writing. See, that's essentially a lot of what I'm doing. I'm a big believer in reading at least twice as much as you write, and I haven't been able to read that much. I miss it. Like I loved. Well, I read Stephen The Stand like 5 times, and I was getting into Laura's book, Magic and Blood. I still have Fairy Tale that I haven't even read. I don't think I've even looked at the first page of it yet. So I've got like a ton of books around me that I would like to get into, like Oil Man's Daughter. It's steampunk in space. Who wouldn't like that? So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take that time for me at night and just get back into enjoying the moment, you know? This is the most challenging job I've ever had. I use so much brain power at work. I hear you. I do it all day, and by 5:30, you feel like mush. I think Snoo has a screenwriting course too. If that's part of the program, that'd be kind of fun. I might do that. My workplace published the book AI, The Opposite of Cheating. If you listen really closely, you can actually hear my eyes rolling into the back of my head. It looks really good. My opinion of AI has gone from negative to positive. Yeah. Well, I, it's funny because, like most authors are against AI because it's theft. Generative AI, not AI in general. Generative AI is basing its results off of the work of others. And a lot of people take issue with that for, like it's their IP and everything else. And all I could think is, isn't that what humans do though? Aren't we influenced by what we read and what we see? So a human can learn from the works of others, but a program can't. Why? My issue with AI is less to do with that and more to do with the fact that you're letting a program take over the creative power for you. That's where my issue comes from. So, when it comes to stuff like that, like I would rather have someone's talent and art go into my book cover. I would like that's one of the reasons why I like AutoCrit so much. It's AI driven, but it doesn't write a single line of text. All it does is it scans your content and sees and highlights areas that it thinks that might need adjustment. Doesn't write it for you. It just highlights the problems. And so in that case, AI is great because AI will be able to find all kinds of problems in code or text. But generative AI, it takes the work away from the man or woman. And why would you want to use AI to take away from something you enjoy doing? That's where my big issue is with it. So, excuse me. Is ChatGPT generative AI? I think so. It generates its answers. Well, it's going to generate its answers for everything it scans. With generative AI, from my understanding, is more of the lines of like, write me a book or write 500-word essay or I need a picture of a spaghetti monster with sausage fingers and ham-fisted. My son did that with, I think it was Midjourney, and the creature it produced was nightmare fuel. Now, Midjourney and graphic stuff like that with AI is fun. It's funny as hell. I would never use it for any of my serious works, but it is kind of funny to put in different terms and see what you get. Because that spaghetti monster thing was just, it was amazing. um, let's see, just back here earlier discussion about CGI, you might be able to find some university students or even a team of them who would be keen to work on your project. Yeah, like animation students. That's a good point. Yeah, like I would just, and I know exactly what I'd need. My problem would be trying to come up with the money to pay them. But then, I don't know. If I get to a point, I could probably do a Kickstarter. But yeah, I would be down for doing the Witchman series as a YouTube original. I'm still heavily wanting to do that with Shadows, but um, somebody here, Jennifer, wants me to do the screenplay so she can see if she can get some eyes on it. But if they don't, I'm definitely making a movie out of it. So, but that's a good idea, Sean. I will keep that in mind. We have universities here that feed into the studios, and there's always students looking for film credits for their resume. I'd send money to your Kickstarter. There you go. I might do that. It depends on how things progress, but the way things are going now, I'm excited. I got Shadows is about to come out. Fury is 95,000 words into it. I'm almost done writing it. And then 7 shouldn't take me another 2 weeks to finish that on Wattpad. And any one of those would be a lot of fun to make into a movie. So, or a series. And I'd be down for doing a YouTube original movie or series on WriterSanctuary, or maybe even make a new channel for it. But yeah. That's a lot of good ideas there. I'll keep that in mind with students. Maybe we do like, I feel weird about doing like internships because you're like taking their taking it's almost like you're taking advantage of them. Like, I need your skills, but I can't pay you. I'll give you resume credit. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of screwy. Mm. Yeah, I missed it. Are you writing a screenplay for Shadows too? Oh yeah, I think you were. I don't know if you were here when I brought that up. Oh, a screenplay. It was like one of the first things I brought up was I was going to double down on screenplay writing. Is as soon as Shadows of Atlantic City is published, we are going to be working on the screenplay for it, and Jen is going to try to get some people's eyes on it. And if nobody nibbles, I'm probably going to turn it into a movie because I really like everything I write. So, and this one was just the shit. So I don't know, I loved Kingmaker too, but Shadows was definitely better written, and that was right after the master class, during the master class I took from Reedsy, and so it's definitely the structure of it is night and day between that and Kingmaker, which is why when the Witchman series is done, I'm going to write a remastered version of Kingmaker, so it'll be a collector's item. But yeah, so screenplay writing is something I really want to get into this year. I talked about it with my son a few times about using special effects and whatnot and making like videos and what. So I think it'd be a lot of fun. I just need to sit down and do it, which is part of my goals for today, actually. Yeah. So screenplay for Shadows, definitely. That'll be probably, I might, because we were going to do it after it was published. So I might do it because screenplay, from what I did from last time when I was testing it out, screenplay writing is a hell of a lot easier than trying to write a book, and because most of it's just dialogue. So I think that wouldn't take very long for me to do. I think, and I'd have to I'd have to read through it and convert it, but I don't think it'd take very long, as opposed to writing an entire book. So I don't think it'd take away from finishing Fury. So you are saying that I can buy the screenplay and read that too? If not, I asking you to write the screenplay and I'll buy that to read that too. Just can you sell screenplays? I didn't know you could do that. Well, yeah, I guess you could, but then somebody else gets credit for it. I don't know how that works. I mean, I don't know if I'd charge people for it. Absolutely. Well, I didn't know that. Huh. Maybe I'll make it. Oh, you know, what'd be fun is to do the book and the screenplay to go with it as a bundled set. That would take a little bit more time for it to be published, but maybe that'll be something down the road because I definitely would like to do the screenplay for it. There are whole books that are written just in the screenplay style. Huh. That gives, you know what? It gives me an idea for something I might do on Wattpad. Screenplay novel. Bundle. Yeah, I think the bundle would be kind of fun. I don't know, I can tell. Another goal I want to do this year is to set up a spreadsheet for viable live show ideas. Instead of doing AMAs or let's do some goals. That's what happens when you're like, I don't know what to do this today. Sit out there with the dog, walk around thinking, you know what, let's just do goals. I don't want to do that. I want to set up a spreadsheet where we're actually working on something like the other night or that one night where we were talking about movie scripts and dialogue in movies. That was a lot of fun. I liked doing that. So I'd like to do more stuff like that. Adding to his whip. Not just the work in progress, but adding to my plate. But if I do it after the book is done, then it's not really adding anything. It's just making it more, adding more oomph to it, I think. I think it'd be fun. Publishing screenplays as books a lot now. That is so weird. Maybe because they're like, here, I want you to make a movie of this so I can get rich. I really like reading screenplays because it relies heavily on imagination. Yeah, I bet it would. It's mostly dialogue. You have like basic settings, night, day, buildings, but yeah, it's well, you got all those people like I watched a video of book talkers who there was a couple of girls there, Gen Z obviously, who skip entire sections of description just to get to the dialogue. I'm like, you're missing like 3/4 of the story. And so they'll give bad reviews if a book has too many words in it. Like, oh, man, it's really hard to have a positive opinion of humanity nowadays. Too many words in it. She probably shit her pants if she saw the uncut version of The Stand. Anyway, that's a rant for another day. But yeah, I want to set up a spreadsheet so I know some viable live show ideas. Maybe spend about an hour a week coming up with something that y'all would enjoy watching. Or if you guys have any ideas for shows you'd like me to do when I don't have an author interview, feel free to leave a comment, hit me up on social media, or use a contact form on WriterSanctuary.com's website. Speaking of authors, I have 2 more that sent in that contacted me. They used the contact form, so I want to vet them and get them scheduled. So I'll probably have 2 authors for April. I do have one for August, so that's out there. See, I've been told to title my prologues as Chapter 1 because a lot of people just skip straight past them. I was guilty of not reading the prologue in the past until I met some authors, and now I feel kind of bad for doing that. So my prologues, the way I view the prologue now is kind of like the opening credits to Star Wars, where it has the scrolling, the scroll that's going up. that's kind of how I view the prologue. Like the prologue in Shadows is more of basic background of the major parts that are in the book. So you can still read the book without it, but it would make way more sense if you read it. And then the epilogue I view as the ending credits to a Marvel movie. So that's how I put them together. But yeah, after chatting with a few people about prologues, it's like I don't do that no more. I actually read the prologue now. Like, oh, there's more information here. So yeah, I was guilty of that. My bad. I see books turned into screenplays, and very few are from the original writer. I like the books turned screenplays that are both written by the same author. Yeah, that's what I loved about a lot of Stephen King's movies. He was involved, and he actually was in most of them. So yeah, I could totally agree. You could tell difference between when an author is involved and when they're not. Um, like look at the Fallout series that's on Amazon. Very few game adaptations have made much money because most of them suck because they're written by people that have never played the game. When Bethesda gave it to Amazon, Todd Howard made sure that Bethesda was involved in the creative process, which means you're doing it how we do it. And so they agreed, and it turned out to be a smash hit because they stuck to the source material. Todd Howard wouldn't let him move past it. So when you stick to the source material and you have the people who make the damn game write your script, it's pretty good. So same thing with the authors. You can tell when the author isn't involved in the book or in the movie, and it's just missing shit. It just doesn't have the same feel. I sense an epic rant on the horizon. Not quite. Getting there though. They taught us speed reading in college, and using it in academics is fine. But if I accidentally did it in reading fiction, I'd lose the entire story. Yeah, that's. Um, I read exceptionally slow. I like to absorb everything, and I put everything into in a movie in my head, essentially. And so I like to make sure I'm getting the entire story as it plays out. So I read very slow, but that's because I really enjoy what I'm into. But I can see how speed reading can really screw things up. Like, what'd you read? 3 paragraphs out of a whole book. Um. So yeah. Anywho, um. Okay, so what's another goal? Get videos a week ahead of schedule. Um, I was really hoping to have a video out today, but things got kind of postponed. And um, however, I used Glean to edit the video that comes out on Wednesday, and it saved me an hour. So that might be something I wind up paying for. It's an AI editing tool that edits just like I do, where it cuts out all the jumps or creates jump cuts because I screw up a lot. And it'll go through and edit what it thinks is bad, and it does a really good job. I still have to put it in Premiere and then add the graphics and my little comments to it, but uh, the editing part of the bulk of the video itself, um, I was able to finish it off in 20 minutes, and usually it would take me closer to an hour and a half just for that portion of it. So yeah, it might be worth the money every month. Point is that starting in April, I want to get the videos on a regular schedule. Mostly because I want to make that mad YouTube money. I make about $100 a month. Woo! It's not too bad. It's extra cash. You know, writing channels just don't make bank like some of these other ones do, but it is what it is. And you know, it's extra money. Besides, I enjoy doing it. I love making videos. I love hanging out with you guys. I love helping, and like one of my most popular videos that makes the most money is my guide on how to write and publish a book from Readsy, which is all the steps from the moment you start writing it to when you upload it to Amazon. So it's a whole step process, and that actually makes me like $22 a month, just that one video. So it's all good. I just gotta do more videos. And when I try to do the vlogging type where I talk about my goals and aspirations, they just don't perform very well. It's all good. Tutorials, reviews, those will always be the best forms of content, whether you're blogging or making a YouTube channel. So I need to do more of those. But the point is that I would love for the channel to have a regular schedule like it's supposed to. So that's going to be my goal for April. Let's see. Well, that's great. So Michael, a Lyft driver told me they make over 2,000 a month. That's about what I make. Not after making 43. I make oh no, I make a little bit more than that. No. God damn it. Now I have to look it up. Yeah. So if Lyft drivers, I don't know. It depends on the area though. I know Sam, there's some nights Sam made like $400 in a day driving Uber. Times 12. Yeah, I make 43. So you make about 3,600 a month before taxes, maybe? Oh, taxes. Yeah, there you go. Don't you look amazing on my resume? Yeah, there you go. That's what you got. So, but after that, yeah, but if he's making over $2,000 a month, is that before he pays taxes? Because that comes due. So you might still make more money than he does. That's if he files taxes. Anyway. Something else I wanted to I talked about last, I was getting doing more stuff on the community tab. I'm still trying to come up with ideas of what to post. I'm just not very, I don't know, it's along the same lines of social media. If I don't have anything to talk about, I just don't post for the sake of posting. So it's really hard for me to come up with things just to chat about. It winds up getting the most, getting likes and followers and shit. But um, it's just not who I am, and it's weird to try to force my round shape into a square hole. That didn't sound right. Anyway, you know what I mean. Post about your cat. We all love to see her royal fluffiness. Yeah, I'm telling you. So here's something funny. I have a bunch of shorts up. I tried last year. I think it was last year, where I had Opa's clip create shorts out of some of my videos as an experiment to see how well they perform. And some of them didn't do for shit. So I decided to do some shorts on Crossing Colorado, my weight loss journey web channel, and the the shorts that get the most views are the ones with the cats. So I just started recording them as I was talking instead of me. I still think it had like maybe 100 and something views on it, but still, yeah, cats and let's see, I had Sabia on. I think Sabia and Shadow had the most views. And I've had people say that they subscribe to the channel because of Cat. I see Cat has subscribed. That's what she said. So, like, I don't mind. That's why I don't care if Shadow's on me while I'm trying to make a video, or do a live stream. Because, well, she's part of the show. She's my mascot. That's why, if you're a member of the channel, one of the emojis is Shadow. So, yeah, people are obsessed with cats and dogs. Yep. My new job is a vet hospital, and I'm allowed to bring my cats to work. That's awesome. That'd be fun. Well, that's cool that you're working with animals. They call me a Disney princess. My kids do. I feed the squirrels and blue jays, and I have stray cats, and all animals love me. Like the manta rays, but it's at the zoo. Yeah, animals love me. So, yeah, that'd be fun. A vet hospital. I don't know if I'd be able to do it though, because I get attached to animals really easy, and so I don't know if I could put anything down. So, Michael has a Disney princess. Yeah, I need my own theme song. I've had squirrels crawl across me. I had one jump on my head and got excited and was waiting for the peanut. The Blue Jays, I'm getting closer to getting, like, they're almost within reach of me now. It's taken me 2 years to get to that point. I will have a Blue Jay land on me, though. Mark my words. But, yeah, I hang out with the animals. Might have to rename you to Michael Irvin. Crikey. Crikey's a big fella. Now, what I'm going to do is stick my thumb up its butt and really piss it off. That was probably a terrible Australian accent. No, but I love animals, so, like, I would love to volunteer at the zoo or at the animal sanctuary here in Colorado. Love your accents. Yeah, they're probably poor, though. Probably made Shan cringe. I can feel your cringe from across the globe. I do like my pirate accent, though, so I was doing that last night. I almost spat out my coffee. That's not a knife. That's a knife. Loved it. For the longest, I can't tell you how many times I watched Crocodile Dundee when it came out when I was little. That was like one of my favorite shows that whole summer. It was like every day. I could almost recite the entire movie word for word. I would love to volunteer at the zoo. I love animals. I really do. Yep, well, I do. I love all animals, and most of them love me for more than just food. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I would love to volunteer at the animal sanctuary that's here. We have tigers here. That'd be fun. Anyway, kind of sidetracked. Community tab stuff. Saw Crocodile Dundee at the drive-in. It was preceded by a Short Circuit. Hey, love Short Circuit. Short Circuit 2 is one of my favorites, though. Every time I hear I Need a Hero from Bonnie Tyler, I think of the scene from Short Circuit where he's chasing the bad guy. You will not get away. I am really pissed off. Slice of pie. Piece of cake. Suck dupe. Anyway. Community tab stuff. Probably try to do more with that. Pictures, maybe. I just don't know what to take pictures of. I'm not as exciting as Tim. But yeah, I would like to do more stuff with it. Work on biggest one for April. Working on time management issues. There you go, Neo. I still have a few time management issues I need to work out, and I think I know where my faults are, and I am going to be working on them, much to the chagrin of everybody around me. No, but I do have I get in this mindset that it's urgent and I need to do it now. But in reality, there's only one thing I need to do right now, and that is the client work because they pay the mortgage. Everything else is just fun. YouTube pays me $100 a month, so whoop. The blogs pay me like 90 cents a day. So really the only pressing thing I have to do every day is Green Geeks. Everything else is just icing on the cake. I need to stop forcing myself, I guess, to try to get things done right now, because there's nothing that I can do. There's nothing that is that pressing in reality. I just get stuck in my head that I want these things done, but I'm only human. There's only so much I can do, and I need to remind myself that I'm not a machine, contrary to the belief of some. Yes, I can crank out a lot of content in a very short amount of time, but I'm still human. I need those moments of clarity and zen. So I'm a big fan of making lists and highlighting the tasks with the level of urgency. It's the only way I can organize myself. I do something similar with Asana. Like I will have my priority projects first thing in the morning, and then as the day progresses, they get less of a priority. So if the things at the end don't get done, then it's no big deal. And I need to remind myself, I need to start reminding myself that's how it's done. I don't need to stress myself out trying to get something out if I can't make it, because most people are going to understand that my life is pretty damn full. So if I don't get a video out today, then no, there's always Wednesday. I need to remind myself that it's not that urgent. So yes, self-care is so important. Have to look out for after yourself. Yes, yes, it is. And I've been doing kind of a piss poor job of that lately, and I think it's because I've been trying to live up to the expectations of some people that I'm some kind of amazing machine, and I'm not. So don't do today what you can put off till tomorrow. Yeah. Not quite that far. That's the chant of constipation. Of oh my god, I lost the word. Procrastination. God. I was close. There was a consternation in there. Anyway, that is my biggest thing for time management though, is I stress myself out too much, and then when I stress out, I wind up stressing out the people that are around me. And that was brought up a couple of times in the last few days, and so it's been really affecting my mindset to it, and I need to dial it back. I don't need to be stringent with myself, something like that. Anyway, if I work on my time management issues, like taking every 20 minutes to go take a 35-minute break, that doesn't add up. Getting sucked into the weird areas of YouTube, that doesn't add up. And remembering that it's really not that important in the grand scheme of things. The only thing I have to do is make sure my mortgage is paid. So I need to relax and find more zen for myself, which is why I want to start doing the 8:45, drink my tea, read a book until 9:30, and go to bed. Or at least get to that point. But I would love to start spending 45 minutes a night reading. So I got lots of books to read. I got a shelf like right there, and it's my TBR pile. It's growing. So I need to. Oh, and Jen bought me this here, Denver's Early Architecture book. This is going to help me with the research for the book After Shadows takes place in Denver in 1874. And there's some like hotels and shit in here that would be around during that time frame. So I'm getting like a lot of ideas from this book. So this is like definitely a great buy. When you're writing historical fiction, it's always good to have resources. New architecture, dude. I love historic architecture. Yeah, I'm really jazzed. Like I was flipping through it and like, oh, this is giving me so many ideas. Because let's see, Shadows of Atlantic City takes place in the summer of 1874. And then the book right after that takes place in the winter of 1874 here in Denver. And so, yeah, it's given me all kinds of, like the American House, that would have been around in 1874. And I think that building's still there. God, that looks familiar. So look. But yeah, I love historical places in Denver and Utah. We have a lot of historical places in Utah. My workplace publishes books like that. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really jazzed about diving into it more. But another thing is I got two more things I want to bring up for April. Sign up for at least one author event. I'm going to go through different author events. Now, I'm not saying I have to attend an author event in April, but I would like to sign up for one. So I saw that there's one in Colorado Springs this month. I think it's too late to sign up for it. But there's more coming up. And so I want to make sure I'm signed up with at least one before the end of the month. So, oh, and there's also side note from the architecture book. We have a museum that's across the street from the Museum of Natural History that has a lot of this kind of stuff in it. So I'm probably going to spend quite a bit of time in that museum. Plus, I have to go to Wild Bill Cody's grave here in Lookout Mountain, Colorado, because I have to. That's a hint. But yeah. Oh, and the last point was be less stringent on getting things done now. That's why I was just bringing up earlier about stressing out too much. So, oh wow, that sounds pretty awesome. Oh yeah, I didn't know if I was going to enjoy writing a Western, but I guess it's on the East Coast, so would it still be a Western? But my brother-in-law Patrick, he wanted me to write a dark Western short story for Vocal. I did the contest a couple years ago, and so I did. It didn't go anywhere because I did too many Easter eggs from Kingmaker in it, and unless you read Kingmaker, you would have no idea what the hell I was talking about. So I kind of figured it wasn't going to go anywhere, but it was fun, and that was the point. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to expand on this Western idea, and so I did, and it turned out to be a pretty good book. So I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm really, really excited about diving into 1874 Denver. So, and we got quite a few places here in Denver that have historical references like that. So I'm looking forward to the research part. Probably take a couple of days off, go to Lodo. We got the train right here. I can take the train right down straight to the Union Station is right there. So I just got the Union Station at start. So I think we'll probably take a couple of days and do that. I think it'd be fun. Get some coffee at the 16th Street Mall. Probably stop and get some chocolate, Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, and then do the research. So, we have a lot of cool places here in Denver. And Wild Bill Cody's grave, we have a museum up there for that. In fact, the cover to A Freelancer's Tale, my first book, I can get it out without spilling everything. So there, I'm standing about 20 feet away from his grave. So that's the view from Lookout Mountain from Wild Bill Cody's gravesite. And that's Denver out there in the way, way back of there. So, in fact, Kingmaker was also, the cover to Kingmaker is a composite of 5 pictures taken from that same area-ish. And same about area. I'll put that away in a minute. But yeah, it was lots of fun coming up. So what's is that? I know I got some goals from Diana. Does anybody else have things going on for writing or productivity? Speaking of doing more author events, have you ever set up a stall at community market days to sell your books directly? I've done it a couple of times and it's heaps of fun. Community market days, is that, let's see, it's probably different in Australia. Would that be like a flea market? I was thinking about doing the flea market here, but I've seen the people that go to the flea market here and they wouldn't be able to read my book. I shouldn't be that rude, but the last few times I've gone to it, I am so much going on. I have so much going on. I gave a few goals. I know I said that. Did you not hear that part? I said aside from Neo, does anybody else have any goals? I got some from Neo. I said it. I would really just like to get my editing finished and finish the Scottish treatment on my screenplay finished. I can't do a Scottish accent, or else I would have done one for you. He said, Doc, I didn't. Oh, Did I say Doc? I meant Neo. I'm sorry, Neo. No, Michael, I'm just agreeing with you. No, you okay? No, I got it. Um, I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry, Neo. I meant you. I, I I even saw you when I said it. So my bad. I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry, Neo. Markets are here are like mini shops and tents. They do have flea markets, which we call farmers markets. Well, we have some of those too. So what do you call them? Community market days? I'll look it up. I don't know if we have those here in the States, but I will definitely look it up. Community market. Um, but stuff like that, yeah, I thought about it. Setting up a stall. I wish I had the money to set one up at the Gaylord because I would love to see if I can get some like bigger names and as a draw for some of the smaller self-published authors. So I would love to set something like that up, but that would cost like a lot of fucking money. I wonder how much it would take for Stephen King to come down to the Gaylord and be part of an author thing. That'd be awesome. That would make my year. I would pee my pants. So on camera. Doc is younger. I know I can tell us apart. No, I feel bad, Neo. I'm sorry. I meant you. I knew you gave me some goals. I don't know why I said Doc. Um, maybe because I was reading her. I wonder if it's because I was reading her comment. Maybe that's why it pumped up my head. My bad. Now I feel like trash. Anywho, so those are my goals for April. I got a lot of work ahead of me. A lot of personal growth. Like I said, I think the biggest thing is trying to reel back from pressuring myself to get certain things done. Because, like I said, the only thing that's actually paying is Green Geeks. That's the most important. I love what I do, but I shouldn't drive myself to an ulcer to do it. So, Doc's your favorite. I'm okay with that. Really? You gotta go there. Send you a text on Instagram. You have some excellent goals. Well, thank you very much, Shan. I think so. Mostly, I would love to get back into reading, and I would love to do the screenplay stuff. But yeah, again, the biggest one's going to be time management and spending time with my books. Oh, I have a question about weight loss since I cannot make the stream tomorrow night. Okay, I guess we can do that real quick. Did you say you ate a can of soup for dinner each night? If so, what did you eat for lunch? When I was on this progressive soup diet, um, I didn't know it was a thing. I just liked progressive soup. So for months, I ate progressive soup for lunch and dinner. One of the biggest things for me was that there was so many varieties of soup. So I never got bored of it, and I love soup. And so I lost, like on the soup diet, I lost like 30 pounds. Like the majority of my weight from 280 to 260, 255 was soup. Um, Mostly because of how soup is processed in the human body. You digest it a lot faster because it's mostly water content. And so I lost a lot of weight really fast. But I was able to I ate all the soups. So the only time I didn't have soup was for breakfast. And that was usually cream of wheat. So I don't know how much solid food I actually ate for a while. For breakfast, I think most of my breakfasts were cream of wheat, um, or I'm trying to think. This was a long time ago. Um, I know I've had a lot of eggs, but I think I started having the eggs afterward. I think cream of wheat, oatmeal, or I think I think that was it. I think it was cream of wheat or oatmeal. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I know I had soup for lunch and dinner. So overkill with the soup. I like soup. Sorry, but I lost a lot of weight with it, and I love progressive soups. And it was only at that point it was only $1.50 a can, so it was a cheap lunch and cheap dinner, and I'd lost a lot of weight with it. Anywho, I guess we can be done for the night. Let me see where our cards are. Hope you guys have ideas for goals. I know I do. You guys gave me some good ideas, like screenplay for a novel. I think that'd be fun. I already have some very twisted things I want to do on Wattpad. So, community market events from Shannon. I'm looking to those to see what kind of things we have like that here. I bet we probably have something similar. So, I'm trying to eat soup most nights for dinner. I should be able to lose weight. Yeah, soup's a good thing to eat for dinner. Like I said, you process it a lot faster because it's mostly water, so it doesn't stick around your system that long. Also, you want to keep in mind that when you eat canned soup like Progresso, beware of the sodium content. The sodium content for soups is extremely high, so try to off balance it with more water, or try to limit your sodium intake throughout the day before the can of soup. But do keep in mind that those soups have quite a bit of sodium to it, quite a bit of salt. I didn't have a problem with it, mostly because I do drink so much water. So, do you have a goal for a particular book or books you would like to read next month? Yes. I would like to finish Magic and Blood from Laura E. Thompson. She was on the show recently. I would also like to do Tales of Battle. I've had that from my shelf for a while. That was Timothy's, and then The Oilman's Daughter. I think those three I want to do. They piqued my interest, and I think one of your books piqued my interest too. And so I have to look it back up. I can't remember if I bought it or not, so I will have to look that up. But I try to read the books that of people who have been on my show. Like I bought Sandrine's book of poems. I really liked it. I haven't been able to read anything since then. So I think Sandrine's the last book I read. And so yeah, I try to buy everybody's book and read them. So I have a backlog. So yeah, drink more water too. Did you have a side of bread or fruit with the soup? Not mostly. Mostly it was just a soup. Sometimes with like the creamy penne or the tomato rotini, I had maybe a carb smart tortilla to go with it, like a dip. Only one because it's only 80 calories, but like 5 carbs. Something like that. It was like really low. But for the most part, no. Just the soup. Would you ever think about doing book reviews about authors that came on the show? Probably. I was thinking about that before. I've seen like Margaret does a lot of book reviews on her channel, and so um, I don't know, because like when I do a review, I can be mean. I don't try to be, but there's a reason why a lot of sponsors won't work with me, is because if there's something wrong with your product, I'm gonna let people know. So um, I don't get a lot of sponsorships. I don't believe in kissing ass just to sell a product. If like my biggest, like the one I bring up all the time is Basic by Ezoic. That program was a shit program, and I let you all know it was. So I talked myself out of $1,500, but I'd rather everybody know just how much of a pain in the ass that program was. So when it comes to reading books, though, I don't know. I could probably, I don't know. That might be something I could probably do in the future. I do want to read Mediterranean Waves that came out by Laura and Tim. The way they described it in the interview last a couple weeks ago piqued my interest on it, so I'm really interested in getting a copy. And I don't know. I feel weird about it. I don't know. We'll have to see. I hope you enjoy all the books. So do I. So far, I liked them. There's some that I bought. They're definitely written for a YA audience, and I'm well beyond that. but they did have a good story to it. It probably not usually my cup of tea though. Well written. I just, yeah, it's definitely not my speed. So, but then, yeah, I'm looking forward to some of the other ones I got. Like the Other Man's Daughter, like I brought up earlier, was Ian's book, and the way he described it was steampunk in space, and I'm like, oh, sold. So, I think there's a difference between being mean and being critical. Authors need to have thick skins. Yes, that's one thing I try to tell everybody is that if you have in order to be successful artists of any kind, you have got to have thick skin. If you can't take criticism, you can't be a creator. Yeah, there's going to be people out there that are going to hate your shit for the sake of hating. People can hate your book because the color paper you used, because of the typeface. They could hate the color on the cover. They'll give you a bad review about it. Well, it's like the ones I tell you about on TikTok. If your book has too many words in it, they'll hate it. So you've got to have a thick skin because people are going to hate just for the sake of hating. And it's the ones that actually give you a critique and explain their views as to why it was a bad book or why a scene didn't work or why a character didn't work. The ones that can actually give you more insight as to why they didn't like it, those are the ones you want to pay more attention to. But the trolls that just give you 1 star, like, and then move on, that have no basis to it, ignore them. I mean, they're just being trolls. If they didn't like it, they didn't leave a review, they're not worth reading. So sometimes you're going to get them. When I got that 2 star review from that one reviewer, I don't think he finished the book because he was talking about stuff that I know for a fact that he wouldn't have said if he would have read the ending. So, yeah, for those, you just, whatever, move on. So, listen to critics, not trolls. Big difference. Haters going to hate. Yep, exactly. Okay, so last week, anybody else have any more questions before we wrap this up for tonight? But yeah, Neil, that's a good idea. I'll think about that, doing book reviews. I think I can do it without being mean, to be honest. I think I can do it. People sending me all kinds of weird shit. Right. Okay, here we go. 2 weeks ago, the daily affirmation was today's reflection. How can my story shape this world in a way that no other single person's can? I think I did put that on the community tab. This week, drum roll, please. We love you, Michael. Well, thank you a bunch. I love you guys too. Well, I do this show for you guys. Like, I love hanging out with you guys. I love chatting. I love talking about books. I love talking about movies. I love talking about myself. So, but yeah, I love all my viewers. You guys rock. You're the reason why I do what I do. Quite literally. I like meeting everybody, all the authors I've met. I've met some amazing people, and I love doing this show. I love doing the interviews. Shan, that was a lot of fun that I had with Shan when she was on. The interview with Tim and Laura when we did 2 at the same time. It was the first time I ever had 2 people on at once. That was a lot of fun. Even though we caused a little bit of drama with the cover. Tim knew it was coming though. He was smiling because he knew where I was going with it. But I met some really, really awesome people. And you guys are why I do this. If it wasn't for helping you guys and having fun and interacting, I wouldn't do it. You guys are amazing. So, anyway, before I start crying, drum roll. Thank you very much, Shan. Whenever I am at a loss for words, I think about when I was first inspired to write and focus on touching someone else in that same way. Get your mind out of the gutter. We can start putting in bed at the end of these. Would that work with the last one? Yep. Okay, so that's a conversation for another time. Anywho, the card for this daily affirmation this week, I'll make sure I get this on the community tab. My mind is gone. Okay. Whenever I'm at a loss for words, I think about when I was first inspired to write and focus on touching someone else in that same way. The 12-year-old in me. Anyway. So whenever I'm at a loss for words, I think about when I was first inspired to write and focus on touching someone else in that same way. I kind of said it like 3 times, and that last part of it just loses me. I don't know. Maybe when I write it out, that's so inappropriate, right? So I'm telling you. When I was first inspired to write, I was 9, and I don't know. I don't know how I could touch somebody else in that same way of feeling inspired because, I get it. Okay, inspired by what inspired me to write in the first place. Okay, I got it. Maybe it's the contra. Michael didn't want me to remind him to post the community tab. I'm out of a job, so I volunteered an internship. You can still remind me if you want. I'm probably gonna forget. So Neo's usually on the ball with everything. If I could pay anybody to be a secretary or like a PR person, that'd be Neo, because you're like on the ball. Bam. So, anywho, I guess we can wrap this up. Going a little bit long. Don't forget that Adventure's Tale and Keymaker are both available at Amazon in paperback and ebook format. Keymaker is also in hardcover. I am working on getting it added to Barnes & Noble, so it'll be available in the Nook. And Shadows of Atlantic City should be out really soon. So stay tuned for that. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can always hit me up on social media, on Threads mostly. Instagram, I'm pretty responsive to. Twitter, I will reply to emails on Twitter or direct DMs on Twitter, but for the most part, the only things I've been liking my content are adult channels or adult accounts. I'm like, whatever. So I rarely open Twitter anymore, but I do get my DMs, so I try to reply to those. Facebook lets me know when I have a message whenever it wants, so I never know when Facebook's sending me shit. Mostly, if you want to get in touch with me, Threads, Instagram, and WriterSanctuary.com's contact form is the best ways to do that. If you have a book, at least one book published, and would like to be on the show for a live interview, you can always use the contact form on WriterSanctuary.com's website and hit me up, and we can get you scheduled. Mike, let's see. I would violate some HR policies. I don't have an HR department. There's a reason. You think that's bad? You think I'm bad on my show? You got to hear me in real life. I tone it down some. Anywho, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Have a great night. Have a great night to you, Shan. Enjoy your job from down under. Take care of those animals. It was nice to have you on. And yeah, don't forget that I'll be back on for the writing sprint tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Finishing editing Shadows of Atlantic City. Looking forward to getting this book done. So, have a great evening, everybody. I love you, and I'll see you next time.